Good morning, everyone. I'm taking a little break here. I'll go on for about 20 minutes and we'll do another day of this infinity scarf. It's coming together nicely. And I left off yesterday with near the end of a skein of yarn. I like to break the yarn at the edge, but I don't want kind of that much left, so I'll do another stitch or two in the pattern itself. There's my 3 and turn. Okay, we'll probably get about 1 or 2 more V-stitches out of this skein of yarn, and then I'll have to do a splice in of the new one. Okay, let's do maybe 1 more V will come out just about right. I've got a load of laundry in. Yes, I'm not going to go any further than that. That's just fine for joining and weaving in here. Okay, I have to concentrate for a moment here. I want to have plenty here. All right. I will attempt to hold on to this while I make the new, hold on to both ends while I make the new stitch here. Okay. We're just about there. Come on now. All right, that's secure. Now I'm going to just tug on this one a little bit, tug on this one a little bit, and they will be all ready to weave in when I'm finished. Okay. So a brand new skein of yarn, brand new ball of yarn. And here we go. Maybe someday soon, maybe, I will get a chance to just sit and crochet for a whole afternoon or evening or something. That would be just wonderful. I would just love that. Okay. All right, and we are doing the chain 3 and turning. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll bet you can hear that. There goes the washer telling me it's finished. Things are ready to put in the dryer. And then I'll probably have to do the grocery click list next. But you know, I find with the crochet, if I stop like this and just do 20 minutes here and there, it's just relaxing enough that I think I actually get more done, even though I'm taking time out. It's kind of like that concept used to be of a power nap, you know. So we should all put pictures up of our finished pavement infinity scarves here. That would be fun. I'll bet there are many different colors, many different types of bulky yarn. Just getting some more yarn out here. Okay, time for a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, this is number 6. So chain 1, double, and here we are at the end. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I wonder too how many people are holding their hook in the way I was taught to hold it years ago when I learned to crochet, or the way many people are using now, which is different. It's hard to switch from one to another. Whatever you started with is probably what you'll do forever. And there are pros and cons to both of them. I do think my way of holding it, and people who hold it more like a pencil, I do think it goes a little faster, but you know, that's all in what you get used to, I'm sure. And going fast is not the object of crochet work, for heaven's sakes. We all know that. Here we go. Almost missed that one. So my mother's shingles, just what you want to hear about, isn't it? But they are getting to the point, the blisters are well developed now. They're looking very nasty. And they're about to get crusty. And fortunately, she's not having pain with them at this point. But she did say this morning she didn't really feel like company. So I think that settles Thanksgiving. We may end up, as I said yesterday, with about 3 people instead of 21 here. And she says they're probably all wanting to come because they think it's my last Thanksgiving. I'm sure at 97 you have thoughts like that. And to a certain degree she's right, I'm sure. But you know, turning here. Let me just get this turned on. You know, we all know that death is part of life, but I wonder how many of us really totally accept that. I don't think very many people do. I don't think very many of us do. We know it. We know it to be true. We see it all around us every day. And I think think how you come to view it and accept it depends a lot upon your view of what happens after death, and that it largely depends upon what religion you espouse, or if not religion, what spiritual practices you do. Religion is certainly a source of hope for most people. It's a lot more than that. I don't mean just that, but in regard to just this issue, which I see her in interesting ways kind of approaching in her everyday life. And, you know, she has a total belief in an afterlife and so on, but there's a lot of resistance yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we're at the end here. And yet, you know, you see other people who kind of backdoor it somehow. Like I have a friend who has cancer and has refused the standard treatments for it, which is interesting, and I'm not faulting her for that. It's just her decision. But, you know, I kind of suspect that at some level she just feels she's had enough, and so she'll let this take its course, maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. But I have another friend who's going through a second brain surgery for brain cancer, and she's willing to do anything. The attitudes are very different, is what I'm saying. And that's just part of the human race. It's part of all of us. We're so different, aren't we? We're so alike, and we're so different. And I'm going to take the hook out of here and redo that one because I got caught in one of the plies of this bulky yarn. Okay, here we go again. One thing we know about cancer, just thinking of these two friends of mine, is that it is a complex disease and really requires a total life change, or a total change in lifestyle. It will make you question everything that you ever thought about health and wellness and family life and relationships and the whole thing. And that's because somehow it arises in us not just from genes or just from life practices, but a whole combination of attitudes and nutrition and exercise and approaches to everything. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and turn again. All right. But needlework, as I've said before in this, somehow especially it seems with with dire diseases is really a healing force. And I think part of it is because it gets our bodies to relax at some very deep levels. And it's probably why most people feel very refreshed after even like 15 or 20 minutes of crochet. And what is nicer than to have something that stays finished when you are finished with it? Unlike cooking and cleaning and doing paperwork. I mean, the bills come in every month, so you finish them this month and that's fine, but that doesn't mean it stays finished. Next month they'll be there again. Teaching classes. Great. You get through one class or one semester of classes or whatever level you're teaching at. Mine was always at I've taught all levels, but the university level, you turn around with the semester ended, and lo and behold, about 2 weeks later, you're into another one. But there's something with crochet work that this little scarf isn't going anywhere. It's going to stay finished until it wears out or whatever. I'm going to have a sip of coffee here and do a couple more rows. And then I'll have to get back to what I was doing. But I hope you're using these little sessions as I said in the beginning, sort of a buddy system to just give yourself time and somebody else to do this with. Okay, here we are again, looking into this V-stitch. Okay. The V-stitch is so simple, but when you look at the finished product, it always looks so complicated. And there's a definite right and wrong side to this. But I still think I will probably, we'll see as I get there here, I think I will probably not just join it end to end, but do it with a turn so that when she puts it on, there's already some shape to it. Okay. And the end again. Time for stitch check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do one more row here. So how old were you when you learned to crochet? I'll bet there are as many answers to that, of course, as there are people. Let's see. Yeah, wait a minute. All right. I think I was about 8 years old when they tied a piece of yarn to the back of a chair. Maybe I was younger than that. But I remember I couldn't hold the yarn and the hook at the same time yet, so I must have been a little younger than that. Of course, all I could do at that point with your yarn tied to a chair and you have to go straight was pretty much a chain stitch, but that's what it all begins with. Okay, here we are. End of row. Wait a minute. There's our double crochet for the end of the row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. All right, now here's where we began the new ball of yarn right here, and we've gone this far. So that's about, I would say, about 6 inches in that amount of time, and this is about 6.5 inches wide. So that's just at a leisurely pace, a leisurely speed, and here we've got it. Yeah, see, that's coming along. We're getting some length there. Okay, I'll stop here for now, switch the laundry to the dryer, and then it'll be about time for lunch and do the click list. And I found some good news on the hay this morning. Hay from my alpaca herd. Someone I used to get hay from long ago has about 200 bales of really nice brome. I may have to go look at it, but and I'm hoping that when I call back this evening, it's really his brother's hay, that his brother will be there and I'll be able to have a new supply of some really good hay for the rest of the winter, because my regular supplier has had a hay malfunction this year. His hay, it just didn't come out at all, even though we had plenty of rain. Okay, not something probably most of you have to worry about, but I have to feed the alpacas, and one of these days we'll do some things with alpaca yarn. Oh, it is so yummy. Okay, talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.